Welcome to Layn Turo University. My name's Conrad Layn. I'm going to share when is the best time to sell your vehicle and what's the best exit strategy, either if you want to get into another lease or if you want to actually sell your car altogether or whatever you want to do with it. When's the best time to exit? This could be really complicated because it really depends on your perspective, your opinion, your risk tolerance, what you have going on financially, circumstances that go into your life. But from my personal experience, and I am a business consultant, I'm also a Turo Par host, and I've been renting cars for multiple years, and I've been pretty successful at it. No offense and no arrogance intended. But one way to look at it is, instead of thinking of a cookie cutter strategy when the perfect time is, I'm not going to do that for you. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a methodology and way to process thought so you can actually figure out what's best for you. In my personal opinion, like right now, it's a whole Black Swan moment where basically this is a Black Swan event with everything that went on with face masks, gloves, etc. So what people know is that oftentimes if you're trying to buy a car, it's a lot more expensive than it was back in the past. And a lot of cars actually were bought used or new are worth more than when they first were purchased originally. That's because this is a seller's market. I'm also real estate licensed. It's very similar in that regards, but this is totally a Black Swan event, a very unforeseen, unpredictable situation that happened. And if you got a car right now, it's definitely a good time to sell. If all you're thinking about is how to make money financially, definitely a good time. But you have to always take in consideration, is it really a good time for you? Has it already made enough money that you feel comfortable with and can get another car if you still want to stay in the Turo business? Really depends. So this is how you have to go about it. First way to think of it is this way. If you have a car and you're trying to figure out, is it a good time to sell or exit? First, you have to figure out, equate how much your car is currently worth. Is it worth more than when you first got it? Because this whole Black Swan event type situation where cars are worth a lot more than they've ever been for the most part for years, then that might be a good sign to sell. Or if your car's not worth more than when you first got it, okay, that's fine. Have you made enough money on Turo minus the expenses? Don't just count. You have to count what's net, what's left at the end or whatever. What's your profit? What's your actual profit margin? Does it equate to more than what you bought the car for together plus what the car is worth? For example, say you bought a car for $10,000, right? And say it depreciated, let's say $5,000, but you made $7,000 and maybe your expenses were $1,000, you made $1,000 profit. Maybe you might say, hey, that's a good time. That might be a good time to sell. When you want to actually profit and you actually want to think of when's the best time to exit is when you can actually be profitable. That's the rule of thumb. Forget all other strategies, forget everything else I'm saying. Figure out, look at your expenses, look at the amount of money you've earned and accrued from Turo, and then also add or subtract that by what the amount is that your car, because maybe you have a car and maybe, like for example, I have a Tesla, it's worth more than when I even first bought it years ago. So the cool thing is, even though I have a Tesla, it's worth more than when I bought it for. It's crazy. So if you're in that situation, it's a good time for me to sell, but I'm not going to sell because I've already calculated, and that's why I said it's all about the profit. In the long term, I can make a lot more than if I sell it now. It's just dead money at this point, dead liability money that I have to reinvest in something else. I'd rather not do that. So figure out what's the best time to profit. Forget the exact time. The time doesn't matter. Forget the time. If you bought a car today and it was worth $50,000 and say it went up to about $60,000, it's probably a good time to sell, even though you just got the car one day ago. It's not about the time, people. That's the one of the most amateur mistakes you can make. Forget the time. It has to be 2 years, it has to be 3 years. No, maybe it's 6 years, maybe it's 1 year, maybe it's 1 day. Maybe you got a car for free and you can flip it and get 2 times the amount. From maybe you have a certain type of buyer. Maybe you can sell it to a dealership and they pay you a lot more. Maybe you find a private seller. Maybe you have a personal friend who really loves your car and they're gonna pay you way over the asking price. Forget the time frame, people. That's the biggest mistake you can make. Figure out what the profit margin is minus your expenses and figure out that way. That's it, people. Love you guys. Like, subscribe, share. Welcome to Layn Turo University. I'm a Turo Par host and I love it. I'm crushing it. And you guys can do the same. You guys can even be better than me. Like, subscribe, share. If you want one-on-one coaching where I share all my ideologies, perspectives, and my strategies, and I go through your business plan, I help you create a business plan and get one-on-one coaching, hit that join button below. Like, subscribe, share. Carly, and out. Peace.